Alright, so not the best cut in the world, but I am noticing the mower bounces around quite a bit, so I don't know what that's about, but it's obviously the new ground deformation engine, whatever. Hey guys, welcome back to AF Farms and welcome back to Riverbend Springs. So just carrying on from last episode, we've got our last field of wheat going in. So this is currently getting planted by a worker. Allegedly, appears to be a significant amount of time being taken to complete this, so I'm not sure what that's about, but could be because of the headland situation. I'm not 100% sure, so we'll just leave him go for the minute. We sold a whole bunch of wood and planks over at the playground. We've also picked up this Mack truck for purchase. So we did have a leased truck, so we're starting to phase out our leased equipment in favour of purchased equipment. So what we're going to do first up is we are going to turn my menus back on. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and load up some more of these timber products, and then we'll check in on our seeding progress. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to focus on utilising this wood production for a bit of money initially, because we've got the facilities here, so it makes sense that we can do that. And I obviously need a bit of work on my forklift and pallet handling skills, so we'll do that as well. So what I'll do is I'll throw on a quick time lapse, we'll load up some of these into the truck, and then we'll come back in. So see you in a few minutes. Right, there we go. Reasonably successful loading effort. Now I think we're going to need some wood for this guy, so let's go and check how much wood. So we are pretty full. I think it's just we've cycled through what we need to cycle through. Alright, how is our seeding getting on? All done except for that bit. What I'll quickly do is do this bit manually, and then we'll skip ahead to the next month. So turn seeder on, lower seeder. So still coming to terms with the setup for, how do we fold this? Yeah, so still getting used to the workers and the worker functions, so the routes that they go through around the field and what have you. So that'll just be something that'll come with time. Alright, let's quick check over on used vehicles. The animals, so I've switched over to what are these, sheep. So the cows weren't working. I think the meadow grass might be bugged. There was an update this morning, a patch came out, so I've heard online a few people are having the same issue. So I don't quite know what that's about, but hopefully they can get that sorted, because the meadow grass didn't work for the cows that were there, and since I've put the sheep in, the meadow grass hasn't come in either. So unless it comes in during spring and autumn, summer, that type of thing, maybe not so much winter. That's what I'm suspecting. What do we got here? Header and a manure spreader, looks like. Okay, don't need either of those at this stage. All right, let's check in on the animals. So meadow grass has come back in, so that's interesting. Good to know. Good to see it's finally come back. So it could have just been a bug, who knows. Alright, crop calendar, October. We're basically in harvesting season for no crops at the moment. I mean, we could probably harvest some grass, but I think what we'll do is we'll let this meadow do its thing. Wood transport, not interested. We'll leave the contracts for now, not really too worried about it. I probably want to look at getting some chickens, I think. Now, can we see how much wheat we've got? We've got 14,000 litres of canola. I mean, wheat is probably down here in W. Very likely story. 31,000 litres of wheat. It's probably not enough to sustain some chickens at this stage. So I guess we'll see how we go. Don't need to worry about water for the sheep, I don't think. No, because I've got a barn, which is good. Now, I didn't go the dynamic pasture, so I'll just jump into the build mode quickly. I just went the standard enclosure. I had a bit of trouble with that, so let's just see what happens. But let's go ahead and sleep again. I'm probably going to have to sleep for the next few months, just so we can get some jobs to do. I mean, I could cut some grass, but we don't really need the grass at the moment, because if the sheep are going to eat the meadow grass 100% and it's going to sustain them, it'll just be a case of whether it can sustain them or not. I mean, the smaller the pasture, the less, I guess, the less there's going to be to eat. All right, what have we got here? Ooh, Volvo. So that's a good front loader or wheel loader. Kins Max Till. So that's a disc harrow. None of which what we need at the moment. What is this guy? Is this a manure spreader? Okay, let's check our productions. So getting a little bit low on the wood. So I think we can push it for another month. Meadow grass appears to be going down, if I'm saying that correctly. Are we getting some wool being produced? I imagine we would be. Let's have a look. We've got a small pallet there. Okay, cool. So I'll let that tick over. So eventually we'll get the spinnery, turn that into fabric, and then we'll get the tailor shop, turn that into clothes, and then we can start making some serious coin. Okay, we're still breaking even on our costs. What do we got here? Snenbogen? G hybrid, what is this? It's an excavator sort of situation. I'm assuming this is going to be for logging. Okay, January. Let's check in on the animals quickly. Okay, so they've eaten all the meadow grass, which makes sense because we're in winter. How are we going with the wood? So we've probably got 1 or 2 more days of wood production. I mean, our crops are going to be what they are. We haven't looked after them yet, so we haven't invested in the equipment. So let's push through to February. So if you're playing with seasons on and you need to cycle through months to get to your harvesting windows, this is where the solar panels and the income generators really help, because there's a lot of downtime. So I could be doing contracts, could be doing other stuff, but my main focus is obviously to keep that rotation happening. A bit of a light show. Okay, used vehicles, what do we got? Some Maz mower, another manure spreader. So it looks like a corn header. Animals, so they'll be getting sustained on the hay I put in there. Yeah, we definitely need to get some wood. So let's do that. Probably grab this guy. So we'll grab our winch. So this is out of the premium or platinum expansion, the Silver Run Forest map. So if you come over from FS22 and you never had Silver Run Forest, you get to experience all the equipment from that game. Although it's not new per se, it may be new to a lot of people. So that's something good to come from that. All right, let's grab this rope or this winch. See if we can winch it there. Cool, we should be able to take this whole tree, which is good. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting down the trees and I'm not delimbing them. I'm basically just taking them over in one piece. And what I'm trying to do is get it dragged into the trigger, which is just here. Now can I retract this winch? Control winch. You can control winch. Left. So just bring it in nice and close. So let's detach now, and then what I'll do is I'll try and push it in. See, just like that. So that should have taken. So I think the leaderage of the tree is reduced if you don't delimit, but just for the sake of time, until I can plant some more logging specific crops, so the trees like the lodgepole pines or the stone pines, the ones with the straight trunks. These deciduous trees, the ones that lose their leaves. So how many do we get that time? Nearly 10,000. Cool. Cool. All right, so we've got that in there. So let's go ahead and sleep again. So we've topped up our timber supply. Okay, now we're into March. Quick check of the used vehicles. We've got some Load Kings, a couple of headers. Don't really need the trailer right now. Okay, animals. Cool, we've got a bit of a reproduction happening, which is good. Okay, so they'll tick along nicely. Still got plenty of food, which is good. We could probably top up the wood again. So let's go and grab another tree quickly. So you can see we have cleared out a fair chunk of trees so far. So the plan is I'm going to continue to put a bit of a solar farm in. Now these solar panels have been a little bit of a letdown in terms of how much they're making. They say they make about 8,000 per month, but in my experience in FS22 they make about half that. And it's looking like in FS25 they make even less than that on average. So eventually they'll pay themselves off. If you're going to go down the route of having them on your farm, just be prepared to, you know, have a long investment time frame. I'm not 100% sure what the... So let's go see if we can winch this in. Oh, see that maneuver. Okay, how much wood did that take in? 10,000. Let's go and grab another one. Got a couple of smaller logs here that I'm not too worried about at the moment. So this here is a lodge pole, nice and straight. So this should give a pretty good yield when you cut it down with a tree harvester. How do I crouch? So allegedly, the straighter they are, the better the yield, because obviously you get longer lengths of timber in real life out of a straighter tree, rather than, you know, one of these ones that have got all these crooked branches and all this sort of stuff. So, all right, let's grab this winch. Okay, where is our tree? Alright, should be able to drag this over, no problem. And having a decent horsepower tractor here definitely helps as well. Dragging these trees around. Now with this guy, what we should be able to do here is just basically drive through the trigger like so. And that should take the tree. Cool. Alright, we're top back up. So let's go, just quickly check the crop calendar. So we can't harvest until July, so we've still got a fair ways to go. Sheep are looking good. Planks are looking good. Wood beams, best time to sell, December. So there's not much price difference in the timber products, I've noticed. So if you look at the wood beams there, 8,825 versus 8,784. So if we go to planks, a little bit more difference, but there's not much difference in planks long either. So wood appears to be a pretty reliable price all year round. So it definitely makes sense if we can take advantage of the logging. That's going to help fund our other farm enterprises. Alright, used vehicles, what do we got? Front loader. This looks like a trailer for sugarcane, things like that. Okay, let's check our animals. So they're still topped up 100%. 14 months. Productions are still good. I think a bigger sawmill is going to be on the cards. I think next year, if we're going to continue doing the wheat, we're going to start working on our field prep a little bit more. How much wool do we have? 3,000 litres. I think what I want to do is I want to ramp up the wool production, so I'm going to go and buy another 10 sheep. So I've only got 40 in there at the moment. 40 of 71. Gestation period, puberty. Oh, they'll reproduce. Okay, I'll just wait. I'll have another batch pretty soon, so... Alright, let's have a look. I think we can move on. We want to try and get to July. Alright, let's go and sleep again. Okay, we're into May. What do we got? A lawnmower situation. Sheep are looking pretty good. So we've got 15 months, 2 months. What do we got? Yep, nearly hitting puberty. Wood's looking good. Let's go grab another log. We've got a couple of branches here, see if we can get them in. Now I am using a bale fork. It's not... You know what? I'll probably just pick this up. Let's try this. Okay, that was easy. Any other bits? Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much for that, so I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to come through with a mulcher, and I'll clean all that up. Okay, let's go cut down a couple of these guys. Okay, there's one. Wish you could walk a little bit faster with the chainsaw. That would be very helpful. I'm pretty sure that rattling you hear every so often is woodpeckers. Haven't seen a woodpecker yet, but yeah, it's blocking half the road, but that'll sort that out in a second. Okay, back into this guy. Where are we? Now I did try out the mulcher on my test map. I do have a little bit of a test map that I fired up yesterday. Just tried to test out some stuff. Okay, that's that. Now it appears that you can cut down small trees, but it doesn't really cut down the larger ones very easily. So, or if at all. So there's no way to really delete trees without cutting them down first, it would appear, and then going through the process. Was that going to go in? Like a slap shot, ice hockey style. All right, let's go see if we can grab this other. I think it was an American elm that we've cut down. Where is that guy? Blocking the road, of course. Okay, let's try this. This might be too heavy, but we'll give it a crack. No, all good. So I think we can do 6 tons with this winch if we get out of these trees. Okay, it looks like we're hung up on this shagbark. Oh, what is it, Downy serviceberry? So I'll just cut this down. Hopefully that'll give us enough room to get through. Okay, seems to have worked. It should just be a case of dragging that through. Cool. I feel like the tree physics are a little bit more refined in this version of the game than they were in FS22. Although my driving skills are still rubbish. Okay, see if we can get the tail end of this in. Got it. I think that's pretty much maxed out our wood. Yep. Great. All right. So we're still working towards getting to July. So we've got 2 more months. All right. Where are we now? We're in June. Puma AFS Connect. So I think we've already got one of these. Crampy trailer. How much is this? 52 grand. Do we have... I don't think we have a bolt trailer yet. I do like that one. I think we'll hold off. So we're a little bit low on cash. So next time we sell something. Okay, still producing wool. So the grass and hay is coming down. The meadow grass is low. Wood production is ticking along nicely. Everything's still active. Yep. Okay, just double check. We want to get to June. So what we'll do in June is we'll do a grass harvest, and we will do our wheat harvest. Now, obviously, I can harvest the grass more often than I have been, which I may look to do. I just want to see how this meadow feature goes through. 20,000 property income. Good. Making money. All right, we need to grab a combine. So let's go and grab. I'm going to lease one. I'm going to lease something with a draper this time. Where's the combines? Did I go past it? Okay, combine harvesting. Okay, let's go New Holland draper. What does this go with? CR11. Should still fit any old combine. Okay, let's just lease this. And we'll lease the CR11 as well. I mean, $46,000 in leasing costs, and we're probably going to only get 40 grand's worth of wheat. So I don't know whether that's the most logical. Oh, this thing still needs a trailer. Oh, you idiot. Ah, that was a bit of a silly mistake. Okay, good to know. All right, I can find this header again. Header trailers, a Demco, at least that. Yeah, so we're going to make no money from this harvest, it would appear. Probably not the smartest move I've made, I must say. I mean, obviously, if we had gone a cheaper combine, it wouldn't have been such an issue. But maybe we'll just have to sell this wheat, because it is a pain having to lease a combine every time we want to harvest. I mean, we've got 3 fields of wheat, so I mean, it should be a decent. Okay, is that gonna? All right, let's get this connected, and let's head back to the field, and let's get cracking with this wheat harvest. All right, here we are back at the farm. So let's get this header connected. And let's get underway. I mean, especially when our yield is down, because we haven't done any field prep. Okay, let's go unfold harvester. A bit of crop destruction, not ideal. Okay, so I'm going to hire a worker. get them underway. I'm going to grab this guy and we're going to hook up our mowers. We're going to cut some grass. So if I can remember where I put the mowers. Yeah, over here. Okay, we've got that guy there. Alright, let's get cracking with this mowing. So I'm going to whip around, do a headland. So let's go lower mower, turn mower on. Lower mower, turn mower on. So I'll throw on a time lapse. We'll quickly whip around, do this headland, and then we'll come back in. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Enjoy the tunes. Alright, so not the best cut in the world, but I am noticing the mower bounces around quite a bit, so I don't know what that's about, but it's obviously the new ground deformation engine, whatever, does create, especially for the trailing mowers if you're going too fast. So I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. Right, let's get these mowers turned off. So turn off mower, turn off mower. So we'll go and park up, we'll go and switch to our windrower, and then we'll get to windrowing in this grass, and then we'll get it baled. So we'll leave this video here. Thanks very much for watching, guys, really appreciate it. If you've got any questions or feedback, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you're enjoying the game. Only been out for 2 days officially at this stage, so be a bit interested to hear how you guys are getting on, so let me know. Alright, thanks for watching, see you in the next one, bye for now.